If I can respond to that. And
Oh, wait. How you going? Are we just going back and forth?
Well, no,
I mean, I have some questions, but I don't think people came here to have me ask questions, you know? I mean, I think it's an interesting conversation. We should keep going.
And Maggie, that was a ex cathedra answer to my previous thing, so that's fair. I have no problem with it. But if I can just respond to it, because Maggie said a lot.
I'll respond again then.
That's fine.
Okay, well,
we can just do that all night.
I'll get in at some point.
And we should say just off the top, we love Scott. This is no reflection on Scott. I would say first of all, on a number of points, Maggie said that if you say that the traditional marriage is the way we should go, you'll be called a bigot. And other things. All I can say to you from personal experience is, if you say gay people should have marriage equality, you're called some interesting names too. I will be happy. I will be happy to forward you some of my emails.
I'll take you up on that.
Yes,
we'll trade them.
there are a number of people, let's just say, who are very concerned about my future in the afterlife, and apparently it's not looking good. But now. Maggie also said that there was a number of, that it's not clear, and then there was a number of things that gays would be better off, or that they take marriages seriously. First of all, I try in all these types of debates to not to get in an argument about different studies, because that just bores people to tears, and there's no way to verify it, what we're saying. I urge you to look that up, because I don't think that's what the studies show. And Maggie kept saying, it's not clear, it's not clear. That is not a standard. That is not an evidentiary standard upon which we can base policy. Maggie said there was no consequences to gay people. She doesn't believe there's consequences to gay people. I would just urge you to look at one, which again, Maggie has written extensively on the consequences to children being born out of wedlock. Our current policy forces up to a third of self-identified gay married people in the United States are raising children. It forces except for those 5 states, it forces every child being raised by a gay person to be raised out of wedlock. And again, to say that there are no consequences to the child being raised out of wedlock, there are no consequences to the child being raised with one parent rather than 2, again, flies in the face of everything that Maggie has written about over the years, the importance of 2 parents. Now let me just say one more thing. Maggie talked about the mom and dad being the ideal. And I hear this argument a lot, and I just want to make my position clear on this. I'm for moms and dads. Jen and I have 2 children, and but my bill allows gay couples to marry. My bill does not require straight couples to break up, okay? Now, no, hold on. And while the mom and the dad, and again, I'm putting aside the studies that talk about how children of gay parents come out fine compared to children of similarly stable heterosexual couples. I'm putting that aside. Let's concede for the sake of argument, that Maggie's right. Mom and dad are ideal. I was not raised with a mom and dad. If you don't have a mom and dad, as 43% of kids at some point in their life are not raised with a mom and dad, you were not issued a dad, okay? It is no gay person's fault that I did not have a mom and a dad. So my bill will not add by 1 the number of kids who do not have a mom and a dad. Okay? No gay man who's raising a child is going to marry a woman to try to force that situation, or vice versa. They have no more interest in marrying women than I do in marrying a man, or that Maggie does in marrying a woman. So,
well, speak for yourself.
Well, okay.
Do you mind if I just rephrase that question?
No. Let me finish this statement. Look, if Maggie has something she wants to say, I think we'd all like to hear it.
I've often contemplated sisters marrying as the ideal when you're raising children, actually.
You must have a nice sister. I'll leave it there. But I would say since we're not taking away, if you have a mom and a dad, you can keep them, is all I'm trying to say. If you have a child, if you're a mom or a dad, you have a child, you can keep the child. So we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is children being raised by gay parents. What's better for them? And just from my personal experience, because I never met my dad. I was raised by a single mother, variety of circumstances. But I will tell you this, my mom, to the extent that I want to think about my mom having a sexuality at all, my mom was straight. But if my mom were gay and she met another woman who came into the household and loved her and loved me and fully participated in the parenting of our family, my childhood would have been much, much easier. And that's what we're trying to do for kids all across Pennsylvania.